This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Errol the True Spence going what? Bulldoze Shawn Constipated Porter part what? 85. Matador. Arriba! Vamos! Ven acá. Arriba! Vamos! Ven acá. Versus the Bull. Listen, man. Hear me and hear me well. Errol the True Spence is the Matador. Shawn Constipated Porter is the Bull. Here's the thing about bulls. They're bullheaded. Let me say it again. Here's the thing about bulls. They're bullheaded, folks. So, Shawn Constipated Porter is a bullheaded, constipated fighter. Now, I understand that people are saying that Shawn Constipated Porter just needs to be Shawn. Here's the problem with that. Being Shawn is constipated. Just like when you sit on the toilet and you don't know if the shit want to come out your ass. Let me say it again. Just like when you sit on the toilet and you don't know when if the shit wants to come out your ass. That's Shawn Constipated Porter. He's constipated. So he can't be himself. He has to be something that he is not. Let me say it again. He has to be something that he is not, which is a complete boxer. This is the only way you have a chance against Errol the True Spence. You have to be complete with the boxing skill set. He doesn't have that. So he doesn't even have a puncher's chance. He has no fucking chance. Let me say it again. He doesn't even have a puncher's chance. He has no fucking chance, folks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I apply what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes, folks. So hear me and hear me well. Shawn Constipated Porter has no chance in this fight, folks. None. Remember, I debunked the percentages nonsense. And the more Kenny Porter keeps running his mouth and getting slide to the damn mouth, the more his son's getting bulldozed. Let me say it again. The more Kenny Porter is running his mouth and getting slide to the mouth, the more his son is getting bulldozed. You were not Errol the True Spence trainer on that Olympic team. You were one of the trainers and your son was an alternate. Let me say it again. You were not Errol the True Spence main trainer on that Olympic team. You were one of the trainers, an assistant trainer at that. And your son was an alternate. Why was he an alternate for Errol the True Spence? Because Errol the True Spence was better than him. Let me say it again. Why was he an alternate? Do your research on the Olympics. The reason why he was an alternate is because Errol the True Spence was better than him. Then this classic dope and this troglodyte wants to talk about Kell Brook. Errol the True Spence didn't even touch the eye that Triple G beat up. Errol the True Spence beat up the other eye. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence didn't even beat up the eye that Kell Brook beat up. He beat up the other eye. And let me jog your damn memory, Kenny Porter, because you're sitting here calling people that I guess allow you to have an opinion to talk just like your son, constipated as fuck. Let me say it again. Allow you to have an opinion and to talk just like your son, constipated as fuck, to agree with them. But you're not giving them the full story. Errol the True Spence being called Kell Brook's ass out before the Triple G fight. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence being called out Kell Brook before the Triple G fight. Kell Brook was trying to duck Errol the True Spence so he could fight Triple G. That was his legitimacy or his basically excuse of saying this is why I can't fight Errol the True Spence, because I moved up 2 weight classes. I can no longer make the weight. But what did the IBF do? They still mandated the fight. They just basically said step aside, get a man the belt, or fight his ass. And Kell Brook, did he not say he was in the best shape of his career when he fought Errol the True Spence? We saw this because it took Errol the True Spence 11 rounds. Kell Brook was at his best. He was at his his weight class. He was at the welterweight class. That was the class he was in. When he fought Triple G, he wasn't at the weight that he was supposed to fight at. Just because you walk around a certain weight doesn't mean you're supposed to fight at that weight. I just dropped the jewel right there. Let me rewind that so it can marinate the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me and hear me well. Just because you are at a weight class doesn't mean you're supposed to fight at that weight class. Just because you have a walk around weight of that weight doesn't mean you can fight at that weight class. It's really that simple, folks. Because fighting weight is different from walk around weight. Let me say it again. Fighting weight is different from walk around weight. Errol the True Spence broke the whole right side of Kell Brook's fucking face. Triple G broke an orbital sock. Errol the True Spence broke the other side of the fucking face. That should just tell you how much more damage Errol the True Spence did than Triple G. So this stuff about Kenny Porter talking about Kell Brook, it's his way to try to debunk, and it goes to what I was saying not too long ago when I said him and his son was wishing that Errol the True Spence lost that fight. They fake motherfuckers. They like to give you that fake love. But here we apply what? Unlimited pressure. And we expose the foolery for what it is. Because I told you, boxers, trainers, ex-boxers, ex-trainers could be ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. But we debunk that nonsense out here. So, Shawn Constipated Porter, back onto your dumb ass. You're a bull. And you know what bulls do? Usually when they fight up against matadors? Matadors have that knife. They have that fucking sword right behind the sheets. When they going, arriba, 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 they got that sword right there, ready to go. So they can stick it into the fucking bull and let the bull know who's the fucking master. Who usually wins between the matador versus the bull? Does bull eat humans? No. But do we eat buffalo meat? Yes. So in this fight, it is the matador versus the bull. Who you think's gonna fucking win, folks? Errol the True Spence is the matador. He's telling Shawn Constipated Porter the bull, come on, arriba, arriba, ven acá, vamos. And then once he comes in, he's gonna stick his ass with what we call the tactical aggression, the technical punching placement, the body snatching work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style. Because Errol the True Spence keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. He keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And then he knows the sport. In the boxing talk, keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And both of us apply what? Unlimited pressure. So I don't care what anybody is saying when they say, oh, all Shawn has to do is be Shawn. No. Because if Shawn is Shawn, he's going to run into some shit that's going to get his ass fucking bulldozed via knife to 11th round KO or TKO stoppage. Barry Hunter, get ready to throw that towel in like you did in the Long Out Peterson fight. Disarm detrimental things. Don't make me. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.